All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the crypto gaming markets today as we're seeing Bitcoin around middle 16s, Ethereum about 1,200 today, as we saw a black swan event, to say the least, play out last week with the FTX drama and the saga that went on inside the markets, and really what feels like a movie script straight from Sam Bankman-Fried and everything going on in that camp right now. But let's assess the market in this edition, and let's really talk about projects that are paving the way and actually still building, still pushing forward, and projects that are showing a lot of strength in this market, because a lot of people are curious what they should be doing. Should they sit on their hands? Should they DCA? And I'm never a financial advisor, but I'm going to point out some projects here that are showing lots of strength in these dire times. But I'm also going to go over exactly why I feel like we have not hit that macro bottom yet, and how you can keep your eyes to try to find when that is. So without further ado, let's get in the game.
T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't a percent. If you ain't here to hustle, why is you here? But if you here to hustle, the moon is near. It's crypto Banter, not financial advice. If you don't listen, what's the cost, what's the price? This ain't a game, put you on game. I know we gon' play, but ain't here to play. If you get lost, show you the way.
And let's jump right into it. Be sure to drop down and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for videos and shows here every single day on Crypto Banter. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Myria, Animoca Brands, Unix Gaming, MEXC, the official exchange of the Crypto Banter in the Game show, and Spintop. You can get more information on all of our sponsors, all top tier in the industry, down low in the description. So let's go ahead and take a look at the markets. As mentioned, we're at about 16 for Bitcoin. And when I'm looking at the current state of affairs, guys, unfortunately, the S&P last week performed decently well. And, for us in the crypto industry, yeah, we had to deal with a complete black swan event, which cascaded the markets down. And when you're looking at, what the overall sentiment is right now, it's about as bad as it gets, right? I mean, people are, the trust in the space probably couldn't be lower with the fact that SBF and FTX, such a big player, goes down. But even though we saw this black swan and people might think this is the bottom, I truly don't think we have seen the bottom yet. And this is because I don't think that, once again, if you watch the show, I don't think this recession is priced in yet, guys. I don't think that this debt crisis, this everything bubble that people are talking about, I don't see that being priced in these markets. I think that if you liked Bitcoin at 20,000, you're going to love it when it's at 10,000, 12,000, because I totally think we're going to get there. And why do I think that? The traditional markets have not gotten to those bottoms. The economy has not popped. There's so much in America that is boiling over by itself, in the USA by itself, let alone China, let alone other countries across the economic landscape. But in particular, I totally foresee the United States, the everything bubble, basically, where there's too much debt and there's not going to be enough money to repay it once the jobs get cut, once everything gets cut, all this inflation, etc. This is not going to end well with the economy. And I think that we're 6 to 12 months out from even seeing maybe some relief, like a long-term relief. And I think that, if you watch the S&P 500 and you kind of keep your eyes on the traditional markets, those will bottom. We have not seen the traditional markets bottom. We have not seen real estate crash. We have not seen the worst of it yet. So I think right now is the best time, once again, to be sitting on your hands, stacking stable coins, stacking, cash flow methods, trying to figure out how to maximize your cash flow inside of a bear market, inside of a recession, right? But at the same time, you need to be building those watch lists and vetting those projects, which are continuing to make strides. And if I absolutely love Polygon. Now, Polygon is showing so much strength here in this market, still at 94 cents. I believe it got up to about $1.20 before this whole thing went down. Yeah, about $1.26-27 here, and it dropped all the way down to about 78 cents. Now we're back up at 94 cents for Polygon. And why is there so much strength for Polygon? And why am I so high on Polygon? Well, let's take a look at a couple of things. Just yesterday, another top tier brand, to say the least, Nike, joins up with Polygon as Nike is building their Web3 experience, the swoosh experience, exclusively on Polygon. This is the first step of the journey, and we can't wait to see how Nike engages its community through Web3. And you can kind of take a look here. What is Swoosh? It's the home for all of Nike's virtual creations. Talking about that could be worn as wearables in video games and other immersive experiences. They even mention Web3 inside the article. They are absolutely trying to deliver a Web3 product. This is expected in 2023. And Polygon is the lead driver behind this. Now, you might be saying, well, it's just Nike. Well, it's not just Nike. We cover this all the time. But we're looking at MasterCard, Instagram, Nike, eBay, Stripe, Shopping.io, Shopify, Starbucks, Twitter, JP Morgan, Robinhood, Reddit, which was the best proof of concept we've ever seen. 2.5 million users in just a matter of days being able to onboard and get NFT avatars just like that at a snap of a finger. The NFL, DraftKings, Dolce & Gabbana, Bentley Motors, Mercedes-Benz, like these Disney Accelerator program, these partnerships right here that we are looking at, these are business real world integrations that 99% of these, other than like Reddit and maybe DraftKings and a couple others, they aren't live yet. We don't have tangible product to put this technology into yet. What does that mean for Polygon? Polygon's going to be here for years and years to come, and they are going to be implemented into these top businesses, into their technology. Every one of their users in Web3 that wants to be a part of their Web3 initiatives, let's just say for Disney, let's just say for Givenchy, Dolce & Gabbana, any of these brands, any of their users and customers who want to be a part of the Web3 experience, they're all going to be onboarding through Polygon. So this is absolutely major, guys, and this is the majority of the reason why it's absolutely at the top of my list. And I think it might be the only altcoin in this market right now that you could tangibly actually reason yourself into DCAing into. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't think anything else has shown any sort of strength whatsoever like Polygon in this bear market. And a lot of people get scared. They'll think, well, Polygon did really well in the bear, so I feel like I missed the boat. The best performers in a bear are going to be the killers of the bull market. That only means when the market turns back around on the other side, all this business integration is implanted. If it's 6 to 12 months, guys, it's going to be middle of 2023, and Polygon's going to be used in some of the biggest business applications in the world. So I think it's one of the only altcoins in the market right now that I would actually even be willing to take a look at. And then when you're looking at the watch list, always be building out your watch list. We'll talk a little bit about Solana when we talk about the Star Atlas runway issue, which we've run into. Definitely looking to eventually get my hands on some Sandbox at very cheap prices, looking to get some Gala at some very cheap prices. Vulcan Forge, definitely, especially as this market cap gets closer to 50 million. Right, it's at 70 million right now. Ultra's getting dirt cheap. Cetify is getting pretty cheap as far as a launch pad. Whenever the market does turn back around, everyone's going to be getting back in on those IGOs, and Cetify is that lead platform. And then always be vetting your small caps, guys. I love Wazder. I love WAGMI Games. I love a lot of these projects down here, and this is where the explosive gains will come. But just be vetting these projects right now. This is not the time to be putting your money in low caps. This is not the time to be spreading your capital amongst the market, because I really think that we probably have another 30% downfall coming, in the next few months due to the economy, due to the recession, things finally being priced in as we see the traditional markets and the everything bubble start to pop. So once again, it might be boring. It might feel boring. But boring is not bad in these markets, and having no position is a position. Build those watch lists, vet those top projects, figure out what valuations and what prices you would be comfortable at accumulating these top projects, and have a plan when the time comes. Stack those stable coins, stack that cash flow, because I can guarantee you a recession is coming, and I think it's already here, but it's just not priced in, and we haven't seen the worst of it. Now let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Star Atlas. So Star Atlas, and this is why on the tile we're talking about crypto gaming's next move, right? So what is the next move after this FTX debacle when we see Star Atlas, who kept a lot of their funds apparently through this press release and through some AMAs they did this week, they apparently kept a lot of their funds on FTX. They were staking these funds for a 5% yield, which I think is absolutely, I don't know, I don't want to call it stupid, but I think that that's irresponsible to say the least with the funds for the project. And as you see here, they kind of say that they had material cash exposure at FTX. And the bottom line and what's been said this week is they only have 9 months of runway left. What does that mean? They have 9 months of capital for operations left. I mean, this is just not what you want to hear from a top project. And I really hope to see some more clarity from this or maybe some more support that they can receive. I know they're trying to raise more funds and trying to figure it out. So this is going to be interesting to see play out. But this is not good for Star Atlas. This is not good for the crypto gaming industry. And this is definitely not good for Solana, as their probably most hyped game, their most hyped game now is only on their last year of runway capital. And it's a game that is very ambitious, guys. Like, it's not like they're building some simple auto clicker and that 9 months of runway is going to finish up everything that they need. I mean, this was a long-term project. This was a project that we're looking forward to, 2023, 2024, 2025. Who really knows? And it's really unfortunate to kind of see their press release as they were keeping a ton of their capital on FTX, and not good for Solana's ecosystem, not good for Star Atlas, not good for crypto gaming, for Christ's sakes. Star Atlas is like Star Citizen of the Web2 gaming space. Star Citizen still hasn't come out. And I think that if Star Atlas has these setbacks, runway problems, etc., it's up there with those guys like Dead Drop with Dr. Disrespect, like Illuvium, like Shrapnel, Star Atlas. Those are like the core games that a lot of people know. And if those games succeed, we can catapult the industry forward. But man, I really hope to see some clarity and some solutions on that regard from Star Atlas. But I just wanted to point that out. And I thought that was interesting and definitely not good for the ecosystem short term for Solana. But I do think, based on what I'm seeing and talking to some developers, I don't think that Solana as a gaming network is going to really be affected by this, the FTX situation long term. I think we see over 55% down over the last week from Solana. But right now, that's all off the FTX news. I actually think that will clear up and that the gaming side of Solana in the future will be just fine. But in the short term, not looking good in the ecosystem of games for Solana, as Star Atlas kept a lot of their tangible funds on FTX. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you agree with my market sentiment, or if you have thoughts on the market sentiment, like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. And what is your top altcoin in this bear market and why? I will answer some questions over the next couple hours after the show. As always, I will be back tomorrow with another show, and play well, my friends.